Hey everybody, Zero here. I picked up a few more 3DS games, so I just wanted to make a video for each one. Not really a review, but just showing off like some of the gameplay and stuff so that you guys can get an idea of whether it's a game you might be interested in or not. So the first one I picked up was Pilotwings Resort. Out of the 4 games that I own, this is the only one that's not made by Ubisoft. This is made by Nintendo. If you guys have ever played the original Super Nintendo or N64 versions of Pilotwings, then you'll have like an idea of how the game kind of plays. But the older versions of the game had original characters that they used, but you actually just used your Mii in this version. So for each of these videos that I show off, I'm actually going to start out on the DS menu, and I'm going to load the game from scratch, because I want you guys to see some of the load times, because a lot of times in a game, if it's got really long load times, that could be something that turns you off to, not wanting the game. So this way you'll get to see loading times. The initial load time is not too bad on this game, and then the load times for each level are actually really good. So load times are definitely not an issue in this game. Got a little intro here. Okay, so as you can tell by the resort name there, this game takes place on Woohoo Island, which is the same island that was used in the Wii game Wii Sports Resort. So it may look familiar to you. So you get to design your own little logo for your name, and then it uses your Mii character. So I'm going to boot up my file here. Okay, so you got some different options on the bottom screen here. Free flight mode is just where you can kind of mess around and fly around, do whatever you want. But the main game is the mission flight mode, so we're going to go to that. Now there's 5 different tiers of levels. There's training, bronze, silver, gold, and platinum. Pretty standard fare. And each one only has a few levels in it. So this game is fairly short. I mean, I've only been playing it for like an hour, and I'm already down to gold. So, yeah, you could probably finish this game in a day easily. For example, if I click on training, there's only 6 levels, and I've already 3-starred all of them. So if we back out here and go into bronze, oops, I'm going to do training again. If we go into bronze, there's 6 levels again, and I haven't 3-starred all of them, but you only need about 2-star average on every level to unlock the next tier. So, for example, if we go to silver, I've only got 1 star on this level, but I've got 3 stars on this level, so it averages out to about 2 stars per level. You basically get 3 main types of vehicles in this game. There's airplanes, like the standard airplane there, or the kind of funky jet type thing there. You also get the rocket belt, which is basically a belt that you wear that has like thrusters on it. And you also get a hang glider. And they each control a different way and have different aspects to them. Like with the plane, you can go up and down. With the hang glider, you're always kind of on a descent. You're always like gliding down. You can go up a little bit and then kind of drop again, kind of like Mario's cape in Super Mario World, or the wing cap from Mario 64. With the rocket belt, which is my favorite, you can actually turn the thrusters in any direction and either propel yourself forward or up, and you can pretty much go anywhere, up, down, left, right, whatever. So that's my favorite. But it tells you how many stars you have total out of the possible amount. So I will pick just the silver, and I'll just I won't be able to control this really well with one hand, but I'll give you an idea of like how it works. So let's see, what's this level here? Balloon bust. That one would be really hard to do with one hand. Let's see. Trick shot. Shoot all the targets. Since I'm doing this on camera and it's going to be hard to control, I'm actually just going to do like one of the training levels, I think. Let's see what the first one is. I should be able to do this with just the analog stick. Okay, so on this one you're just flying through rings. So I'm going to go ahead and start it. Alright. So I'm going to be using the analog stick. Now this game, the 3D in it is pretty good. You can use it to see the depth of how far away the rings are and stuff like that, so it makes it easier to fly through them and to collect items and stuff. Controls on the plane are a little wonky. You kind of have to, tilt back and forth constantly. But as you can see, since this is a training level, it's very, very easy. You're just going from one ring to another, kind of floating around the island. Aside from the, kind of turbulence of going left and right, the plane is the easiest one to control. You could do it one-handed as I am right now. Alright, so obviously the training levels are incredibly short, but... Now what happens at the end of each level is that it gives you a point total. Alright, so the breakdown appears at the bottom. Now the breakdown's really small in this level because basically the only things that were involved were the amount of time it took and the amount of points you got from going through the rings. So in other levels a lot of more aspects come in, like if you're shooting targets, how close you get to the bullseye on the target, you get different amounts of points for that. You get points for, whether you touch the ground or not. Like if you're using the rocket belt, you lose points every time you touch the ground. If you bump into things like walls or mountains, you lose points for that. So there's like a whole bunch of different tallies at the bottom on the more complicated levels. And I didn't even beat my original score there, but you can watch a replay, you can redo the mission, and you can go back to the select mission screen. Okay, so as you saw, there's only like 6 levels there, not that many. 6 levels on the bronze, 9 levels on the silver, 9 levels on the gold, and then once you beat the platinum, you're done. You could probably do all of that in like 2 hours, and then when you're done, you could go to the free flight mode, and you can just fly around the island and basically collect items, which kind of extends the replay value if you, really want to keep playing. But, once you've already gone through the 5, sets of levels, Woohoo Island is the same as it was on Wii Sports Resort, and it's not that large, so once you've kind of been through all the different levels, you're probably going to be sick of it. I wish they included some other locations, so there's not really a lot of incentive to go into the free flight mode and fly around collecting stuff. And then that's pretty much like all there is to the game. So, I mean, I wouldn't pay the full $40 for this game because it's so incredibly short. It is fun. I do enjoy playing it a lot. But as far as I know, there's no like Street Pass features or anything like that, and it's just too short. So if you can rent it or find a used copy and then buy it and bring it back when you're done, I would recommend doing that. It is fun to try and improve your scores and get 3 stars on every level, and things like that. But it's definitely way too short, as a lot of the launch titles usually are. So that was it for Pilotwings Resort. Hopefully you guys have gotten a better idea of the game, and I'll see you in my next game video.